Hello, it's Unholy, back again with another video. This time around, I wanted to push out another idea that I had. As you can see from the thumbnail, what if Goku, Vegeta, and Broly were sent to Earth? We're just gonna jump straight into the video this time. On Planet Vegeta, the king of the Saiyan race was having a meeting with his most trusted advisors about the threat of King Code and Frieza. King Vegeta, Frieza is more of a ruthless monster than his father. We must attack him first before he destroys us all. I know, but what can we do? We are powerless to defeat them both. King Vegeta slams his fist down on his throne in frustration. As King Vegeta was about to speak, two men burst into the throne room. King Vegeta guards quickly jump in front of the two men, but then realized who they were and moved out of the way. The two men approached King Vegeta and gave him a slight bow, showing their proper respect. Brother, we are back from our mission and what we found is just what we expected. Frieza and King Code are planning to wipe out the Saiyan race. King Vegeta applauds the two men from successfully completing their mission and coming back alive. My two little brothers made it back home. I'm glad to see you both are alive. It's been over 3 years since I sent you both on that mission. We assumed you two were dead, but now that you two are back, we can surely find a way to defeat Frieza and Code. Tell me, Paragus, Bardock, what did you find on your mission? Bardock speaks and asks King Vegeta, do they gotta have this conversation now, as he is starving and haven't seen his wife and kids in 3 years. Paragus speaks up and says the same thing, so King Vegeta tells them both to go home and see their families and rest, but tomorrow morning they will reveal everything they found out on their mission. King Vegeta also tells his brothers to bring their families as well. Paragus asks why, but King Vegeta tells him that they will find out tomorrow. Bardock goes and sees Guinea, Raditz, and Goku. Paragus goes to see his wife and Broly. The next day rolls around. Bardock and Paragus are in the throne room with their families. King Vegeta walks out with Prince Vegeta. Bardock speaks and asks his older brother what's the meaning of all this. King Vegeta tells Bardock that he will reveal everything after he hears what they have learned. Paragus speaks up and tells King Vegeta that he doesn't think having their families in a room would be appropriate for the conversation. King Vegeta says that this is a conversation meant for the royal blood of the Saiyan race. As you can all see, it's only us in here, no guards, no advisors. Once I hear what I need to hear, then that's when I'll explain everything. Bardock and Paragus explain everything to King Vegeta. Paragus explains that on their journey infiltrating some of the planets under Frieza's rule, they stumbled across a planet that was enslaved by Frieza. The Connaissance, the enslaved people, had the ability to tell the future. Frieza was hoping to exploit this, but the Connaissance never swayed and died without ever helping Frieza. Bardock and Paragus went to the planet in hopes the Connaissance would use their powers to help them. Bardock speaks up and says that as they were infiltrating the Frieza base, they overheard one of the Connaissance yelling for his life while being tortured. He yelled out that Frieza will wipe out the Saiyan race and will be defeated by the very thing that he seeks to destroy. After hearing this, they knew their mission was complete, but before they left, Bardock, now knowing that they are all getting played by Frieza, freed the Connaissance and destroyed the Frieza base on that planet. But before they left the planet, Bardock asks the Connaissance if they know of any way to defeat Frieza. The Connaissance revealed that they themselves have no way of defeating Frieza, but the Yardratians from planet Yardrat may have a way. They are masters of spirit control and have many abilities that through proper training may have the ability to defeat Frieza. This news gives a little hope to Bardock and Paragus, but the Connaissance revealed that planet Yardrat is a year away and that the destruction of planet Vegeta could happen in this time. Bardock and Paragus fell into despair as the little hope they had left was extinguished. So both of them keep note of the Yardrats and head back to planet Vegeta. Bardock and Paragus head back to planet Vegeta. As they do this, they come across planet Cereal being invaded by the Saiyans. Bardock, having a good heart, doesn't really want to see the Cerulean race be another victim of Frieza, so he goes out to help the Ceruleans and the Namekians. Just like in canon somewhat, the only difference here is that he's not there with the Saiyans help eradicate the Ceruleans and Namekians initially. And that Paragus was also there on the planet too as well, but Paragus isn't really, as good-hearted as his brother, so he doesn't even help at all really. The events that went down on Planet Serial happened the same, just like in canon. And after this, Bardock and Paragus head straight to Planet Vegeta. This news shocks everyone. Finding out that their race will eventually be wiped out makes everyone fall into despair, especially King Vegeta, as he already came to this conclusion. Guinea speaks up and asks how come they won't just notify all the Saiyans about Frieza and what he plans on doing so they can all just spread out across the universe to make sure the Saiyan race lives. But King Vegeta speaks up and says that he already thought of that, but it was shot down instantly. Frieza and King Code have been keeping an eye on almost everything the Saiyans have been doing, and it's only rare where they get to discuss things without Frieza knowing. Like this conversation now, and sending Bardock and Paragus off on their covert mission. All Frieza would do is send his massive army to hunt down all the Saiyans in the universe and still wipe us out. It's better to make a final stand and die than hunted down for the rest of our lives. There's no peace in that. King Vegeta says that the fate of the Saiyan race is inevitable. King Vegeta tells his family that the Saiyan race must continue to live and that they must send their children to a planet far away so that the Saiyan race can get their revenge, as it seems it's actually our children that will avenge the Saiyan race and keep it alive from the looks of the Connaissance. Bardock and Paragus agree with their older brother. Bardock and Paragus try to tell their wives that they will also send them with their children to continue to live on, but the wives of Bardock and Paragus instantly reject this offer. King Vegeta tells the group that they will get the planet together to ambush Frieza in hopes to defy their fate, and that they will need as many people for this endeavor, and that the proud Saiyan race won't die without fighting. We're gonna pick up the pace a little bit. One of the advisors of King Vegeta interrupts the family meeting. He tells them that Frieza is approaching the planet and that he summoned for all Saiyans to be on the planet. King Vegeta asks, when will Frieza arrive and how long would it take for all the Saiyans to be back on the planet? The advisor says 4 months for all Saiyans to reach the planet and 3 months for Frieza to reach the planet. Fast forward, King Vegeta tells the Saiyan race of Frieza's plans to eradicate them. 3 months go by with the Saiyans secretly planning without Frieza finding out, which takes a lot of effort and careful planning, more so than ever before. A month before all the Saiyans were on Planet Vegeta, the day Frieza arrived to Planet Vegeta, King Vegeta, Bardock, and Paragus prepared ships for their sons to be sent off to Earth, preparing extra things as well for the future of defeating Frieza. So now you're probably going to be wondering about ages. I'm going to do some creative liberty and say that Bardock, King Vegeta, and Paragus have Goku, Vegeta, and Broly at the same time. So they are all the same age, and all three are 3 years old right now. And if you haven't realized by now, they are cousins. Raditz is also 3, so Goku and Raditz are twins in this story. The last month is over, and now all Saiyans are on the planet. Frieza, planning with Zarbon and Dodoria, is about ready to blow up the planet. But surprise for Frieza, the Saiyan race come up from the planet all in Great Ape, with King Vegeta, Bardock, and Paragus leading the charge. As the Saiyans fly outside Frieza's ship, Frieza leaves the ship in his full power form. Frieza, no talking, instantly started firing death beams, killing a lot of Saiyans. King Vegeta, Bardock, and Paragus fire a giant mouth beam at Frieza, hitting him directly. As the blast disappears, Frieza is visibly angry, with the blast leaving Frieza with a little wound. But this wound is nothing, as Frieza is durable enough to be cut in half, tank a blast from Super Saiyan Goku, and take a planet exploding on top of him, and still live. Frieza charges up a giant supernova ready to blow up the planet. King Vegeta yells out, telling the rest of the Saiyans to fire their strongest attack. Frieza and the Saiyans attacks both class, with the Saiyans losing and being wiped out, ending the same just like in canon. As the 4 space pods traveled the universe to a planet called Earth, the 4 Saiyan pods flew through a storm out in space, which knocked Raditz's pod off course, sending him flying in a different direction, which obviously only leaves Goku, Vegeta, and Broly. And with this, we are going to end this video. So what do you guys think? I know that other Dragon Ball What If YouTubers have done this before, and they usually have it where everybody has their normal age like in canon and the story unfolds that way, but I wanted to do a what if Goku, Vegeta, and Broly all grew up on Earth at a young age at the same time. So ideas like Vegeta trying to take over Earth and rule, or Vegeta trying to manipulate Goku and Broly, are going to be out the picture because those ideas are already done, and you can easily find those what ifs on other what if channels. I wanted to do something a little different with the general idea of Goku, Vegeta, and Broly landing on Earth. Leave your thoughts or predictions on what's going to happen next in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like. If you want to see more, subscribe. And with that, I'll see you in the next video.